Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lollipop Cake Supplies YouTube channel. My name's Thomas and today I'll be teaching you how to make black buttercream. For this one we're going to need any buttercream of your choice. It can be homemade. I've got the stuff that we sell here, the over-the-top buttercream. The other thing that you're going to need is some black cocoa. So black cocoa is Dutch cocoa that has been processed even further so that it is like jet black. It's really going to help with the development of your color. And just with black food coloring alone, it's just not going to be enough. And then the other thing we are going to need is just your black gel food coloring. I've got Americolor Super Black here, but you could also use Color Mill or Pro Gel is fine. And then just a sifter, your bowl, and then a set of scales. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start by weighing our buttercream. So I just use, as far as the weights go, I'll let you know what I'm going to use, but just any of your favorite chocolate buttercream recipe will work. So I'm starting with 650 grams of your buttercream. Okay, a little bit too much. There we go, 651, that'll do. Okay, so then we're gonna add our black cocoa. So because just like normal cocoa powder, this stuff wants to clump together. So a sifter is really important here, unless you want those clumpy bits in your buttercream, which I know I don't. So for this, I'm gonna do 40 grams. If this one's to 0, there we go. Now, if you're wondering what this stuff tastes like, if you've ever had an Oreo before, that's pretty much exactly what this is like. It's the cocoa powder that they use to develop their cookies. So if you're uncomfortable with the Oreo flavor, you can substitute half of this amount for normal Dutch cocoa. Just be aware that it may not be as black as what I'm gonna get. So now we're gonna take this and put it in a stand mixer. I hate having to mix by hand, so I'm gonna let this machine do it. So we're just going to start on low, just so that the cocoa powder doesn't fly out. Just little pulses should be enough until it's all coated. Right. So we're just going to keep mixing on low until it's all incorporated and you don't see any of the cocoa powder or any of the white spots of buttercream. So I'm just using the spatula here to get all of this off the paddle. We want to make as much black buttercream as we can, so we can't waste anything. Okay, so now I'm going to take the spatula and I'm just going to scrape around the sides. Just like with any mixer, it's not going to hit every spot, and sometimes you need to get in there manually and do it. So now the buttercream looks like a pretty ugly shade of concrete, and that's pretty normal. We're just going to keep mixing just to make sure that all of these little white streaks are out and all of the black cocoa is incorporated. So again, just mixing on medium to low until those streaks are gone. So now I'm going to add the black food coloring. It's important that you use a gel food color here. If you were to use a liquid food color, one, it just wouldn't be pigmented enough. Yeah, the stuff that you buy in the grocery stores, yeah, even if you can find black, which oftentimes is pretty rare, it just won't be pigmented enough. And adding all that extra water to a fat-based product like buttercream may cause your buttercream to split and get grainy, which is really not great. So I'm gonna add a pretty generous squirt of this. The final product is going to dye your mouth. It doesn't really matter where you buy it from or how you make it, it is going to dye your mouth. It's just got something we've got to accept. So we're going to start with that much. That's a pretty generous amount considering how strong it is. And we're just gonna go back to the mixer. So right now we're at a little bit darker of a shade, but I can tell that this needs still a little bit more black. Again, it's not gonna be black to start with, but yeah, I can tell that this still needs some more. So I'm gonna add some more. Okay, so now we're at, like I said, that concrete grey. The most important step in this process is to let it develop. Just like any colouring, it needs time to really emulsify with the fat. This can take 24, sometimes even 48 hours. So if you can, make your buttercream well in advance. And then if you find that it's not developed enough, you can add more black after it's developed the first stage. So because of the development time, we don't really have time to wait for that here. So I made some in advance. This has been at home in my fridge for about a week. And yeah, so you can see that it's very jet black. And compared to this, there's a pretty major difference. So that development time is really, really important. So this is how you make the black buttercream. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. We'll be happy to answer all of those. Thank you. That's everything that I've got for you today. This is how, oh, no, let me try that again. I gotta start with that. Okay. So that's everything I've got for you today. Oh, what happened?